Welcome back, folks. Woo-hoo! I forgot what I was going to say. Bowling, anyone? Yes, it's a real bowling ball. It hasn't got the holes in it yet. You're supposed to kind of put those in it. But I picked this up the other day because I thought it might make a really cool, funky video. I basically saw a fellow turner's, Carl Jacobson, turn one of these. It made it into a bowl, which I thought was pretty weird. And obviously, pretty funky. Now, after watching the video, I thought to myself, I wonder if I could make one of these into like a cool looking pot. That might be pretty cool. I picked myself up a bowling ball from the bowling ball alley to see if we can make something pretty funky. It's so heavy. The thing weighs a ton. Well, after all, it is a bowling ball. Now, I'm unsure if all bowling balls are kind of like one colour inside. I know when Carl did his, I think it was just one colour inside. But then again, I think it was kind of a bluey kind of colour anyway. But as you can see with this one, it's got so many really cool colours on the outside. But I'm unsure if those colours are going to come through on the inside. And again, I don't know if that's with every bowling ball or some bowling balls. No idea. But I guess we're about to find out.
Smile and I leave behind.
So far, so good. So you can see at the moment the colour is still running inside the ball, which is pretty cool. That's what we want. We want to try and keep and hope that this colour, all these features in here, are going to stay within the whole piece. That would be quite nice, wouldn't it? So this should be okay now to just turn this over and put this in the chuck. Hopefully I'll try that and hopefully that'll be secure enough. Let's give that a bash. Surprisingly enough, this is turning pretty well, but it is pretty messy. Okay folks, so this is running fairly true now, so that's quite good. Happy days, is what we wanted. I've got rid of the white kind of lines and marks and, you know, names that are on there and stuff. We don't really want those on there. It's a little bit sort of like, you know, bumpy, but we can get that out with some sandpaper. So what I'm going to try and do now is I'm going to try and cut the lid off around about sort of here-ish. Well, I don't know, maybe sort of here-ish, something like that, and then we can put a nice finial on it and stuff. This should look quite cool, actually. I'm really looking forward to doing this. I think it's going to be really, really weird. Right, that wasn't good. For some reason, I had a bit of a chip out. Cut my fingers, not very good. And smashed up the whole of this as well. A little bit of a pain, that is. I think we can try and fix that. I don't know though. That has taken out some serious chunks. Bummer. Right, let's carry on and see what we can do. So folks, this is what we've got so far. Looks pretty good actually. I'm still unsure whether or not this goes all the way through or not, I don't know. Looks like it does, but I don't know yet. We've drilled out a hole for our finial, so we put a nice finial in there. I've managed to salvage this. We had a bit of a blowout earlier on, if you saw it, where I kind of put the carbide into it, just to try and sort of get it back a bit, and then it just exploded everywhere, which kind of ruined a bit of the lid, made the lid a bit smaller than I needed it to be. But you know, we still might be able to work around that yet, I don't know, but we'll see. But I'm going to take the lid's kind of almost ready now. We have to finish the lid first. That's ready. I'm going to put some Yorkshire grit on this now, and then we're going to take and part this off, and then we can hollow this bad boy out. It's definitely a bad ball badger. The lid is off! Right, so we were unsure as to whether or not this kind of colour runs through the inside, but it kind of looks like it does at the moment, although at least the red part of it, or pink part of it, does. Unsure if the yellow and the green is going to come through, or gold, or whatever that is in there. But that looks at the moment like it's just kind of all going to be kind of quite red in there. I'm not too sure what this little bit is. It seems to be like, I don't know, just sort of like an anomaly kind of white patch in there. I'm not too sure what that is, but that looks pretty cool. So I'm going to start to hollow this out now inside. There we go, a bit of a closer look. And see if we can finish this little pot off. Well, actually, it's quite big. It's quite a large pot, actually. But as you can see there, I've sort of cut a little ridge here, which this will sit inside. So ideally, this will sit inside there, kind of nicely. I don't know how we're going to work that yet, but we'll figure that out in a minute when we get this sort of slotted in. And then we just need to find some kind of a finial for that. But yeah, this is looking pretty funky.
Magnum.
So, as we are getting deeper into this ball, it's clear to see that the inner side is made up of a different type of material. So I think that the outside is like a resin, and the inside is I don't actually know the name of it, but I've got it in my head, but I'm just thinking I can't think what it is. So the inside is not going to finish as well as the outside is going to finish. The outside is going to come up really nice, as you can see from the lid. But the inside is not going to have the same effect, unfortunately. But I think we can still get to a reasonable kind of like looking, you know, finish inside. And it's quite cool because when the lid's on, you know, I think it's going to look a little bit different anyway. Oh, there we go. Come on, lid. There we go. So the lid's going to sit something like that. That's going to look quite funky, actually. That's going to look very weird. Certainly not finished yet, obviously, but yeah. I just thought I would tell you that because I thought it was pretty interesting to see.
Well, I guess we'll carry on.
So I've hollowed this out now. I think that is as deep as I'm going to go with it. I mean, you can go a bit deeper, but for what it is, serves a purpose as a pot, I think, anyway. So I think we'll leave it like that. So I'm going to put some Yorkshire grit on this now. I think that I've sanded this back a bit. I did a little bit of that off camera, so I'm sure you're not really going to miss too much there. So I sanded this back to about 400 grit. It's got these little holes in it because, so I think this is a type of a resin, but it's not quite the same resin, obviously, as this. So it's a little bit of a different type of resin. But if anyone knows of what this material is, then please feel free. Baby, this actually looks pretty awesome. I'm really loving this now, actually. This has come up really nice. I've just popped on a little bit of sheller wax, super friction polish. This is pretty cool stuff, and this really does. Look at this. Look at it shine. Yes. I love it. I love it. Absolutely love it. So what we're going to do now is we're going to... See, this just sits on there. It's not a tight fit. It's just going to sit like nicely on there like that. I think that looks quite cool, actually. And I like the pink around here now. I've kind of got used to that. That looks quite cool. I was wondering, not too sure. But now, yes, I'm loving it.
No, that wasn't a promotion for McDonald's.
Okay, so what we're going to do is... we're going to take this off. Take this off now, I think. I think we're done with this. Yeah, take this off. We've obviously got to finish the bottom off, but that's fine. I can just put that through the sander, clean that up, put my emblem in there. That should be fairly easy. What we need to do is find a little finial of some sorts to fit in here. I've got various kind of different bits and pieces of wood. I mean, we could put a bit of this wood in it. I can't remember what that is now. African blackwood, I think. Could put a piece of that in there. Or we could funk it up a little bit more than that. Maybe put something. What's this? Oh, it's a pencil thing. That pencils. They're a bit. Oh, no, there's matchsticks that I've made. There is a pencil one there. No, I don't know about that. What we got? I don't know. I'll find something. Okay, I have sanded this down. I basically just put that on the belt sander and then just use the orbital sander to just smooth it off. And what we're going to do now is we're going to apply a bit of Yorkshire grit to the top of this. I will buff this up, I think, finally, when I've finished on the buffing wheel, because it will really bring this right out, shine in properly. This is just a temporary buff up. There we go. You can see that's turned out pretty nice. But we will buff that up a bit later on as well. But that's nice, I like those features in there, that's pretty cool. Unsure what that is, and obviously that's something to do with the ball itself originally, but I'm not too sure. It's still pretty heavy as well.
There's that word again, heavy. Why are things so heavy in the future? Is there a problem with the Earth's gravitational pull?
Okay folks, we need to find a cool looking finial for this bowling ball pot, I guess. Now earlier on we toyed with the idea of maybe using some of this African blackwood. We got some bog oak here. I don't think these are going to work, so that's not really going to be ideal. Oh yes. Hang on a minute. Do you remember these that we did for the little necklaces? That actually might work, actually, because it's got a bit of pink in it, isn't it, this bowl? So I'm wondering whether or not this might work quite nicely in there. That might be quite cool, actually, because the pink in there is going to complement the, you know, the piece, because it's got pink inside it, isn't it? Yes. Let's see if we can do this. That is going to look pretty strange, but cool strange. Okay, so that just snapped off the lathe. I knew it was going to happen, I really did. They're not very strong, quite brittle. I had it in between centres and it just popped off really, so I'm going to have to try and finish this another way. I would still like to try and use this if I can. I've got an idea, bear with me. You know what? As much as this looks kind of cool, I think it's actually too small for this piece. I think we need something much bigger.
Gonna need a bigger boat.
I reckon this will do the job. I think it'll look quite nice, actually. I definitely think this finial looks a lot better than that little one because it just didn't work. Like the pink, but it was too small. This one's a little bit itty bitty because obviously I finished it kind of on the sander and not obviously, and it's not perfectly round. But I like the itty bittiness, don't you? Right, I'm gonna seal this down with a bit of epoxy now. I'll probably push it down a bit further than that, but I'll squeeze it in nice and tight. And then we'll put my emblem on, also with a bit of epoxy. Then, voila! Actually, I think it's voila. It's a bowling ball pot. We won't be doing any bowling with this anymore. What do you reckon? I had to do this. I saw this, obviously, as I said to you earlier, on Carl's channel. So please go and check out his one that he did. I'll leave the link below for the one that he did. It was so cool. And I thought, this is pretty funky, Carl. I've just got to try this. And I think actually it turned out pretty well. I probably could have gone a bit deeper in there, but you know, it serves a purpose. Whew, it smells beautiful. Kind of like sweets. Strawberries. And obviously it's not got the same resin all the way through, which we kind of wanted to try and establish. You know, they've only obviously done it on the outside, so that might be the case for every bowling ball. I don't know, but it does seem a little bit that way. And it makes sense because you don't really want to use this resin for the whole board because it is quite expensive. We went with this finial in the end. Oh, I'm going to put this down, it's heavy. So we went with this finial in the end because I thought that was a better kind of fit really with the piece, because the other one, although it had a bit of pink in it and which would have kind of gone well with this, I just think it was just too small. It didn't really work for me. Hopefully it didn't work for you, and hopefully this one is a better pick. I think this is African Blackwood, if I'm right, and I kind of like the fact that, you know, I just done this on the spinning sandpaper thingy, my bob, and kind of shaped it round that way and used a bit of the Dremel in there as well, just to kind of shape it. So it's not perfectly round, but I think that kind of gives it just a little bit more character. I like it. Got my emblem in the bottom there, and this is 008, no it's not 8, it's 9, 009. That fits in there quite nicely actually. And a lot of people were asking me about these emblems, these ones with the numbers on them. And obviously I've got the smaller ones, and I've got these big ones now. And I get these from Von Hank. He's on Etsy. His name's Martin. Go and check him out and just, you know, make an inquiry, I guess. But he does the small ones, little ones. You can do the numbers, all sorts of stuff really. So they're pretty cool. I do like them. Let's see if we give you a closer view. This has turned out quite well. It's just a bit dusty, that's all. But I love the features and the colours in this. And obviously, yes, I know that they were already there, so it's not something that we really created or anything. But it just looks quite cool, I think. I'm not too sure kind of what to call it. I don't know. It kind of looks like a bit of a genie type of pot, doesn't it? I don't know. Maybe the hot rod genie pot. The hot rod bowling ball genie pot. It's a bit of a mouthful. I don't know, I'll think of a cool name for it, but it does look kind of, I don't know, genie kind of type of, that type of sort of look, if you know what I mean. So there we go. Yeah, that's my first bowling ball. And as you know, if you haven't seen my other project that I did with pool balls, I did do some turning with pool balls quite some time ago now, actually. I'll put it somewhere up here, a little card here or something that you can maybe go and check it out, and I'll maybe put it on the end as well on the credits, so you can go and check that one out that I did there. That turned out quite well actually as well, and that smelt kind of like an aniseedy kind of sweet, like this, like a sweet smell, which is quite weird. It's like kind of the resin. There must be something they put in there. Well, give us a thumbs up, guys. Maybe you could share this video for me, just to, because that really does help the channel, and I really would appreciate it. I'm going to put this down because it's really heavy. Wow, I think overall, happy days.
Hey, whoa.
I will get this one up on my website, and if anyone's interested, that's where it will be. I just want to say thanks to everyone that's come over to my channel recently. I really do appreciate the support, and you know, it's pretty overwhelming really how the channel has grown, so thank you for that. Thank you to my Patreon supporters as well. I really do appreciate the support that you guys give me as well. If you haven't checked out my Patreon, please check it out. Link is below. In there you will also find other links in there, one of them to my little boy's channel, who's also got a YouTube channel, Charlie the Maker. Please go and check him out, the link's below. My website, a few other bits and pieces. I've also got a little vlogging channel if you want to check that out. And a few other links in there that might be of interest. Oh, also where I get my music from. Well, I hope you enjoyed this one, folks. I'm sorry I haven't done a waffle yet. If you don't know what a waffle is, it's where I kind of jump in, do a little video, and just me talking, really. Which some people like, some people don't. But I do have one coming up, and I've got a few things I want to show you, a few things that I've bought for the shop and stuff like that, and also want to include a shop tour as well. So I will do that for you very soon. Also, I do have a highlights video for Maker Central, which I haven't even put out there yet. That will be coming as well. Yeah, stay tuned if you're interested in listening to me waffle on about stuff, weird things, but then I am a bit weird. But that's why you're here, right? Oh dear, happy days. Well, thanks guys for joining me. I really do hope you like this one. It was a bit of a weird one, I know, but we like weird. Stay tuned for some more funkiness coming your way soon. Thanks again for watching. Take care.